maize with help of a bag of Koudijs concentrate into the best possible feed solution for optimal results. In this vlog, we show you how to make your feed for your layers and how to use it on your farm. On our website, the mixing instructions are available for the different inclusion rates. Depending on the availability and price of raw materials, select a concentrate. If there is no soy available, choose KLC20. All protein is included. In case you have some protein sources available like sunflower, check if the KLC10 suits you better. If protein sources are sufficient, you can use KLC5. Select and purchase the right quantities according to the mixing instructions. Calculate the required amounts of feed for your birds. For layers, calculate between 110 or 120 grams per bird per day. Quality input supports a high-quality output. If you doubt the quality of your raw materials, feel free to have your samples analyzed by Koudijs Laboratory in Kampala. You can drop your sample at the shop. If your raw materials contain too much moisture, there is a large chance that the molds develop and produce aflatoxins. You can reduce the negative effects of this toxin by using Koudijs aflatoxin binder. Before mixing, make sure all raw materials are grinded in uniform particle sizes. Weigh the required quantities and mix them together. Make sure the feed is mixed well in order to have a balanced feed for your layers. Our feed programs are designed to meet the requirements of the birds in every stage of their life. The mixings are optimized based on optimal performance of your layers. The balance of amino acids, vitamins, energy and minerals is adjusted to their specific needs. The maximum feed uptake for a layer hen is approximately 25 grams per feeding. The feed usage per day is between 110 grams and 120 grams. This means that the bird has to refill their crop multiple times per day to ensure sufficient feed intake. To optimize egg production, feed should be made available in multiple feedings during the day. For your convenience, we created a feeding schedule which will help to stimulate optimal feed intake and prevent feed spillage. Provide 40% of the daily feed intake in the morning, feeding right at sunrise. Mid-morning, check if all feeders are empty before you provide another 40% of the required daily feed intake. At the end of the afternoon, provide the last 20% of the feed. The last feeding time depends on how long birds take to finish the last 20% of the feed. During the night when lights are off, you don't want to have any feed left in the feeders to prevent attracting rodents. Birds need the double amount of water as feed. Make sure there is always sufficient clean and fresh water. Make it easy for the birds to find and eat the feed. Birds naturally have the urge to scatter and will spill a lot of feed if the feeders are positioned on the floor. Adjust the height of the feeders in such a way that the bird cannot scatter the feed out of the feeders. Never overfill the feeders to prevent spilling on the floor. Make sure there is enough feeding and drinking space for all hens. When using round feeders, provide at least 4 feeders per 100 hens and 1 round drinker for 100 hens. Make sure your birds are the only animals eating from the feed. Take sufficient biosecurity measures and prevent wild birds and rodents eating along. They bring diseases into your farm. By simply looking, smelling and listening to your birds, you get feedback from them about your feed management. When entering the bird house, observe and check the behavior of the birds. Are they busy producing eggs or are they restless? How do they sound? Pick up a couple of birds and check their crop feeling. This will tell you something about the feed and water intake in the previous 3 hours. The crop should contain a mushy substance of both water and feed. Write down your observations, monitor the laid number of eggs, the mortality and the feed usage. The information tells you the feed performance. Do you want to make your own high-performing layer feed as well? Contact your shopkeeper or Koudijs specialist. Want to know more? Contact your Koudijs specialist for more information.